Good afternoon, Arya, Diviti, Sadvika, Kailani, Ria, Agasri, Mansi. Good morning, good afternoon to all of you. Um, Good afternoon to all the dear students. So today, let me tell you about a project which is called Art Integrated Project. Okay, so first of all, I would like to explain you what is Art Integrated Project all about, and then I should give you a project. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, we need to know what is Art Integrated Project. So for that, I will first show you. Um, so dear students, as you can see, as you can see, basically what is Art Integrated Project? Let me tell you. Art Integrated Projects are those projects, okay, with the help of which we can include some kind of you know some kind of visual or performing arts in our activities, in our studies. Okay, so for example, I can tell you like visual arts means like making a documentary, making a movie, then you can say making a PowerPoint presentation, making a slideshow, like computer uh, assisted graphics, okay, graphic designing, website designing, blog designing, then you can say visual, like I'm giving you instances of visual arts. Okay, so always remember that art integration means including some sort of art forms in our project, okay, in our everyday or in our academic activities. That is what is art integration. Integration means inclusion. If we include something, that is called integration. Okay, so art integration means if we include some art, some kinds of art forms in our studies, in our projects, in our assignment, so that is called art integrated project. So now the question is, what do you mean by different forms of art? Okay, what do you mean by art forms? This is what we have to learn now. What do you mean by art forms? Art forms, dear students, refer to there are two forms of art. One is visual, one is another is performing. Okay, so I'm talking about visual art forms first. Like whenever we project ourselves, or or we do some kind of activity with the help of website designing, or you can say animated graphics, or you can say it could be blog writing, blog designing, then video making, making documentary, filmmaking, photography, then you can say slideshows or PPTs. Then you can say role play. Okay, if we are doing role play, like if we are doing skits and all that, that will also come under art integration. Then you can say if we imitate someone's dialogue and deliver that dialogue in front of all of you, that is also integration of art in my teaching. Okay, suppose how an actor should you know act, how an actor should act, how an actor should speak. If I demonstrate you this thing, this is also art integration in my teaching. Okay, so art integration means inclusion of some kinds of art forms. So I'm telling you, giving you the information of different types of art forms. Like as I told you, gave you the instances of many visual art forms. Okay, or if I can say, like if you write a script for a one act play, if you write a script for a drama, or if you write a script for something creative like poem, okay, that is also art integration. Understood? Or suppose for example, your in chemistry, your Mendeleev's what is that called, table, periodic table. So so periodic table can also be made, can also be integrated, like in the form of role play. Okay, so in the form of role play, this a periodic table, that elements can also be subdivided, and they can be given, but the elements having same properties can be given some rules, some kind of roles to play. So likewise, any subject can be integrated with the help of art integration. Okay, so these are some of the examples of the visual forms of art that I have described to you. Now I'm going to tell you what is, and then art exhibition is also there. Any kind of art, drawing, sketch. Okay, that is also art integration. Now I'll tell you what is performing art. Okay, so what is performing art is something now I'm going to tell you. Performing art क्या होता है देखो. Performing arts are like music, you can say music is there, then recitation is there, then if you make a podcast, so if you make a podcast, so this podcast is also performing art. Okay, because there is a lot of intonation, there is a lot of variation of fluctuation of the voice is there. Okay, so rising and falling tone in our podcast, of our voice in our podcast, so that is kind of performing. Okay, it belongs to performing art. Then playing of instrumental music. Okay, so both vocalist singers and instrumental players, okay, they all come under performing art. Understood? So there are different types of performing art, art integration, art forms. Okay, so as you can see here in this particular thing, a paper, all this jewelry making, creative art reservoir using waste material, dance performance, then sculpture, clay modeling. So clay modeling is also a performing art, sorry, a visual art. So there you need to, this is art integration is done. Sketching is art integration. Visit to historical places, monuments, and to make documentaries. So making documentaries, making movie, making a PPT or slideshows, doing photography, designing to Photoshop and other apps, means any kind of designing, be it computer assisted, be it app assisted, or be it manual art forms, painting, whatever. Any kind of designing, any kind of graphics is also included in art forms. Okay, so plus, as I told you, role play, dialogue delivery, recitation of poems, then you can say extempore speech, okay, essay writing, any creative essay writing, okay, not based on current affairs, any creative essay, poem writing, any creative, like you are writing a poem on, suppose for example, you are writing a poem on, coronavirus. Okay, so this is creative. So anything, when it comes to anything creative, um, that is art. Okay, anything creative, that is art. So there are different forms of arts. And then here I can show you some examples are also given, some more examples are also given here, as you can see. See here, art integrated learning is a creative and constructivist teaching learning approach through which students demonstrate their understanding of a concept through various art forms. Art integration signifies exploration of academic content like ideas, concepts, prior knowledge, and skill sets to be acquired by a student through the lens of various forms of art. Like I show you here, you can see they are very, see, culinary art, is there, a scrapbook, creation of a scrapbook that documents the different dance styles, chart tabulation of music, costume, region, language association, identification of dance styles, creative pieces, prose, poetry, drama on dance. So correlating dance activities with other school subjects, value education, understanding dance, all this about dance. Okay, then you can see here, then you can also see there are many things given here, like playwriting is also there. You see playwriting, then designing of costumes for the characters of the play. Okay, designing of costume, anything designing what visually appeals to us. Okay, that is art form. Then you can see exploring other forms of creative writing. Creative writing also comes under art form. Creative writing, it should be creative, something that does not exist from brief before. You have to create the plot, you have to create the theme, you have to create the story outline. So that is creative writing all about. uh, so creative writing also comes under art. Okay, playwriting also comes under creative writing. So creative writing is also a kind of an art actually. Okay, then there are many things are there. Okay, um, so what we have learned, see here, mime is there, play, script, movement, okay, creative drama, so many things are there which come under art integration. Okay, performing arts, music, vocal. Okay, so you can see here there are many things given here. Mm, visual arts are also there. See here, three-dimensional clay modeling, carving, construction, any other such, basket weaving, metal art, textile making, performing and language arts, music, vocal instrumental, movements and dance, creative drama and puppetry, creative writing and poetry. So many things. You see here, collage making, printing, photography, computer graphics. Computer graphics also comes under art integration. Okay, two-dimensional picture, drawing and painting, including Indian folk art painting. Collage making also comes under art integration. Collage making, photography, all these things come under thing. Okay, so dear students, hopefully you have understood what is the meaning of art integration. Okay, so why is CBSE trying to promote art integration? Let me tell you. So art integration is required so that number one, students can take up develop interest in, for example, music, for example, drawing and art, and take up career in future, because there is a host of career options available in performing arts as well as in visual arts nowadays. But students are not opting for those careers because there is some uncertainty in such careers. Okay, but nowadays there is a lot of scope to earn. Okay, you might have seen, if you are a good singer, you can earn a lot of money from YouTube, from Facebook. By going live, you can earn a lot of money. Like we can see on Facebook, so many singers coming live and they are earning money, as well as on YouTube, as well as if you do shows outside. And there are some like if you can make video CDs and all that, album. So there are so many ways if you are good at something. So CBSE wants to promote performing art and visual arts, like art and craft and all. There's a lot of demand in all this if you can excel in that. So CBSE wants to develop interest among students in performing art, visual art. And you can say in performing art also, like drama is there, you can say acting, theater. Okay, so in acting also there is a lot of good career option available. If you can speak well, if you can act well, if you can get into a theater college. Okay, and you can pursue a career in that as well. So visual and performing arts, there is a lot of career options. So CBSE wants students to enjoy the studies and develop interest in performing and visual arts, so that they can take up those arts for careers. Okay, for the growth of their career. Understood. So this is one of the reasons as to why CBSE is promoting art education. And then There is another reason, dear students. What is the reason? Like CBSE also wants us to have to develop communication skill. Okay, so in order to develop communication skill, presentation skill, in order to develop communication skill and presentation skills also, you need to take part in such things like in dialogue delivery, in in speech, then debate, group discussion. Okay, so all these things come under art integration. And CBSE, along with promoting visual and performing arts, CBSE also wants all of you to develop your personality through presentation skill, improving your presentation skill, through improving your communication skill. So how is it possible? If you take part in recitation, poetry recitation, if you take part in giving speech, if you take part in group discussion, if you take part in debate, in these ways you can develop your communication skill, your presentation skill. And uh, this is also one of the reasons as to why CBSE wants to promote art education. Okay, and only through hands-on activities, only through such activities, essay writing, portfolio writing, like you can write your profile. Okay, like in nowadays what happens, if you want to take admission in good college, you will be asked to write an essay. Okay, they want to test your written English. Okay, they want to test your written English, and they will also ask you to write your profile. Okay, so profile writing, essay writing, then communication skill in terms of participating in group discussion, panel discussion. These things are the demands of the day actually nowadays. Okay, so if you are very good in theory, if you are very good in pen and paper, you have got very good percentage, but you are very shy at communicating with others, in that case you shall be lagging behind. Okay, so you need to also improve your communication skill, dear students. That is very important. Be fluent in English, be fluent in whatever you want to express. Then you should also be good at presentation skill. Okay, what to speak, what not to speak while you are giving presentation. So where will all this come? This will all come from your participation in panel discussion, group discussion. You make podcast on different topics, like whatever you have learned from physics, chemistry, business studies, accountancy, whatever you've learned from English language. You can make a short podcast on whatever you've understood on a particular topic. So this is how your pronunciation will improve. This is how your hesitation in speaking English will disappear. Therefore, dear students, it's very important, and it is very, very important nowadays. Besides being good in academics, you need to be good at communication skill. You need to be good at your presentation skill. Suppose you have been asked to give a presentation for 10 minutes. So every important thing should come in your presentation of 10 minutes. And that should not be repetitive also. And you should speak fluently. There should not be any ooh, ah, or I think. There should not be all this stuff. Okay, whenever you start speaking, speaks very, very fluent. I mean, you don't have to speak 150 words per minute. You can speak in 100 words per minute. There's nothing wrong in that, but it should be sort of fluent. It should be spontaneous, and there should not be any kind of I think, yes, all this should not be there. There should be a flow in whatever you communicate, whatever you say. And that is why you need to practice from now. Okay, so uh, I'm going to take up your Zoom classes also, so that I can help you improve your communication skill. That can be any familiar topic, any familiar, like your experience in lockdown, like what do you think should be the mode of education post lockdown, whatever situation you are familiar with, you will speak on that without any kind of prior preparation. Whatever comes to your mind as an informal discussion, you shall give your input, your feedback, and this is how we can keep in touch in English with each other. Otherwise, now you are just listening, but you need to speak also. Okay, listening is of course a very good skill, but listening alone won't help. You need to speak also. So how to speak? If you can't, if you don't have any opportunity to speak at home, make a podcast. Make a podcast. At least you can listen to your own podcast and then understand what has gone wrong. And podcast has caught up now in India. It's catching up, and in future you can also earn a lot of money from podcast. So as I told you, you download Spotify app, and you see there are many podcasts available there from different experts. So people have started making podcasts nowadays, and it is going to be a source of revenue for you also in future. So you please start revising all taking up such activities, so that your pronunciation improves, so that your fluency increases, your there is a flow in what in your speech. And you I'll give you certain tips while I take the Zoom class, dear students. So therefore I explained you today what is art integration, and I also explained you why Cbse wants to promote art education. Number one, to promote performing art. Number two, to promote visual art. And overall, Cbse wants to improve our communication and presentation skill, and that is possible only when we integrate different art forms in our teaching and learning. Understood? So this is why Cbse wants to promote art education. So dear students, your project will be making a script for a skit or one act play, you can say. Make a script for uh, 10 minutes skit. Okay, for a 10-minute skit you can make a script, and this script can be about any relevant topics that you think relevant in today's time. Like it could be the impact of lockdown, okay, on students. It could be, you can write a sort of a script for a skit on the theme lockdown, um, on the theme pandemic, or on digital education. Okay, a digital classes. You can also make a comparative study between digital classroom and a traditional classroom, and you can make a skit on this. Okay, so your task will be to make a 10-minute make a script for a 10-minute skit. That is what is your project for art integration. Okay, so you please start working on this. I have not given any lesson from that, but it is, this playwriting is your activity, and you have to make script for one act play. It can be of one act only, with 4 to 5 characters, and it should be of 10-minute duration. Okay, and your deadline is 4th of January. Okay, so your deadline is 4th of January. So please work on it. Write a script for a skit for 10 minutes, and the topic can be on any theme. It can be about global warming, it can be about the road accident, it can be about anything, environmental. You can take environmental topic, you can take societal issues, you can take anything like a reality show. You can take anything on, say for example, that as I told you, pandemic. You can take anything on from education also. So the topic can be anything, but you need to make a script for the skit for 10 minutes. Okay, so dear students, I shall let you know when I'm going to take the Zoom class for our live interaction. Okay, and before that I shall give you a topic to reflect on. Okay, uh, क्या बोल रहा है, what are you saying, what are you saying बेटे? um, okay, so dear students, so that's all about it today. So I shall let you know. I shall post your assignment on Google Classroom. Okay, I shall post your assignment on Google Classroom on integrated project. Okay, so bye bye, take care, and I shall keep updating your lesson notes and send you the link. Okay, so thank you so much, dear students. Bye bye, take care.